He vanished, gone without a trace. One day he was here, a living legend, a master of the macabre. The next he was swallowed by the very mystery he so brilliantly crafted in his tales. Ambrose Bierce, the man who stared into the abyss, ultimately became the abyss itself. Where did he go? What secrets did he carry with him into the shadows? Was it the cruel hand of fate, or did he choose to disappear to become one with the enigmas he wrote about? These questions have haunted literary historians and armchair detectives for over a century. And as we delve into the life and disappearance of Ambrose Bierce, we find ourselves face to face with the ultimate mystery, the unknown. Ambrose Bierce wasn't just a writer, he was a wordsmith, a craftsman of language. His pen dripped with cynicism and wit, weaving tales that chilled the bone and lingered in the mind long after the last page was turned. Born in 1842, Bierce lived through a tumultuous period in American history. The Civil War, with its brutal reality, left an indelible mark on him, shaping his worldview and influencing his writing. His words were sharp as shards of glass, reflecting the darkness he saw in the world and the human heart. He was a master of the macabre, the grotesque, and the unsettling. A pioneer of psychological horror, who explored the depths of human despair and the fragility of sanity. Bierce's stories weren't mere ghost stories or horror tales. They were explorations of the human psyche, of the darkness that lurks within us all. He used the supernatural, the uncanny, and the macabre to expose the raw nerves of human fear and vulnerability. An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, perhaps his most famous work, plays with time and perception, leaving the reader questioning the nature of reality itself. The Damned Thing plunges us into a world where the unseen terrorizes and reason crumbles in the face of the unknown. His stories were like whispers in the dark, unsettling and thought-provoking, leaving the reader with a lingering sense of unease and a profound appreciation for the power of language. Bierce's life wasn't all pen and paper. He was a soldier, a journalist, and a social critic. He fought in the Civil War, witnessing firsthand the horrors of battle and the fragility of life. These experiences left an undeniable mark on his psyche, fueling the dark themes that permeated his writing. His time as a journalist further honed his cynical wit and sharp tongue. He was a fierce critic of corruption and hypocrisy, using his writing to expose societal ills and challenge the status quo. These experiences, both personal and professional, shaped Bierce's worldview and contributed to the enigmatic persona he would become. Section 5. The Shadow of War. The Civil War wasn't just a historical event for Bierce, it was a defining experience that cast a long shadow over his life. He fought in some of the war's bloodiest battles, witnessing unimaginable carnage and experiencing the horrors of war firsthand. The war left him physically and emotionally scarred, haunted by memories he could never erase. It instilled in him a profound cynicism about humanity and the nature of war. These experiences seeped into his writing, giving his stories a sense of realism and a haunting quality that resonated with readers. The war shaped not only his writing but also his outlook on life, contributing to the air of melancholy and disillusionment that surrounded him. Section 6. A Solitary Soul. Bierce was a man of contradictions, a figure who seemed to embody the very essence of duality. He was known for his sharp wit and biting sarcasm, yet he was also capable of great tenderness and compassion. His words could cut like a knife, but they could also heal wounds, offering solace to those who needed it most. He was a social critic, often cynical and disillusioned, but he also possessed a deep understanding of human nature and the human condition. His lectures and writings were filled with a profound insight that resonated with many, shedding light on the complexities of life. He was a solitary figure, often preferring the company of his thoughts to that of others. The quiet moments spent alone were where he found his greatest inspiration, where his mind could wander freely and explore the depths of his imagination. He was married and had children, but tragedy struck his life, leaving him heartbroken and further fueling his cynicism. The loss of his loved ones cast a long shadow over his existence, a shadow that he could never quite escape. Despite his solitary nature, his writing resonated with readers, connecting with them on a deep and emotional level. His stories and essays were a mirror to the soul, reflecting the joys and sorrows, the hopes and fears that define the human experience. His ability to capture the complexities of the human experience, the darkness and the light, is a testament to his talent and his keen understanding of the human heart. Through his words, he offered a glimpse into the very essence of what it means to be human, a solitary soul navigating the vast expanse of existence. Section 7. Into the Heart of Darkness. In 1913, at the age of 71, Ambrose Bierce embarked on a journey to Mexico. The country was in the throes of revolution, a dangerous and unpredictable place. He joined the revolutionary forces of Pancho Villa, seeking perhaps a final taste of adventure or a chance to escape the ghosts of his past. He wrote letters to friends and family, expressing his fascination with the conflict and his intention to disappear. And disappear he did. Section 8. The enigma endures. Ambrose Bierce's disappearance remains one of the most enduring literary mysteries of all time. Known for his sharp wit and darkly satirical writing, Bierce was a figure who captivated the public imagination. His sudden vanishing act in 1913 only added to his mystique, leaving behind a trail of questions that have never been satisfactorily answered. Did he die in a battle during the Mexican Revolution? Bierce was known to have traveled to Mexico during a tumultuous period, and some accounts suggest he might have joined the revolutionaries. The chaos of war could easily have swallowed him up, leaving no trace behind. Did he choose to stage his own disappearance, walking off into the sunset to embrace the unknown? Bierce was a man who often wrote about the absurdities and unpredictability of life. Perhaps he decided to live out one of his own stories, vanishing into the ether to escape the constraints of his identity. Theories abound, but no definitive answers have ever surfaced. Scholars, historians, and amateur sleuths have all tried to piece together the puzzle, but each theory seems to raise more questions than it answers. Was there a hidden message in his final letters? Did he leave clues in his writings? Some believe he was killed in action, his body never recovered. The brutality of the Mexican Revolution was such that many lives were lost without a trace. Bierce could have easily been one of those unaccounted for, his fate sealed in the chaos of battle. Others speculate that he committed suicide, seeking to control the narrative of his own death. Bierce was known for his bleak outlook on life, and some suggest that he might have chosen to end his life on his own terms, away from the public eye. Still others believe he lived out his days in Mexico under an assumed identity, finally finding peace and anonymity. This theory paints Bierce as a man who sought to escape the fame and notoriety that had followed him throughout his life, choosing instead a quiet, unremarkable existence. The lack of concrete evidence only adds to the intrigue, fueling endless speculation and ensuring that Bierce's disappearance remains a topic of fascination. Each new generation of readers and researchers brings fresh eyes to the mystery, but the enigma endures, as captivating and elusive as ever. Section 9. Beyond the Veil. The mystery of Ambrose Bierce's disappearance is more than just a literary curiosity. It's a puzzle that has intrigued historians, literary enthusiasts, and mystery lovers for over a century. Bierce, a man of many talents, was not just a writer but also a soldier, a journalist, and a keen observer of the human condition. His works often delved into the eerie and the unexplained, making his own vanishing act a fitting, albeit tragic, end to his story. It's a reflection of the man himself, a man who spent his life exploring the dark corners of the human experience, the shadowy realms where reality and illusion blur. Bierce's fascination with the macabre and the mysterious was evident in his stories, which often left readers questioning the nature of reality itself. His disappearance in 1913 while traveling through Mexico during the Mexican Revolution adds another layer of enigma to his already mysterious persona. The shadowy realms where reality and illusion blur. In a way, his disappearance is the final chapter in his own enigmatic story, a fitting end for a master of mystery and the macabre. Some speculate that Bierce may have met a violent end, perhaps at the hands of revolutionaries or bandits. Others believe he may have chosen to disappear, to live out his final days in solitude, away from the prying eyes of the world, a fitting end for a master of mystery and the macabre. Perhaps the answer to the mystery lies not in the physical world, but in the realm of his own creation, in the dark and fantastical tales he wove with his words. Bierce's stories often featured characters who found themselves trapped in surreal, nightmarish situations, much like his own fate. Could it be that Bierce's disappearance was a final grand narrative twist, orchestrated by the man himself? But in the realm of his own creation, in the dark and fantastical tales he wove with his words, or perhaps the answer is simpler than that. Perhaps in the end, Ambrose Bierce simply chose to become one with the unknown, to embrace the mystery he so brilliantly crafted for others. His disappearance has inspired countless theories, from the plausible to the fantastical. Some suggest he may have stumbled upon a hidden dimension, a place where the lines between reality and fiction blur, much like in his stories. Or perhaps the answer is simpler than that. Perhaps in the end, Ambrose Bierce simply chose to become one with the unknown, to embrace the mystery he so brilliantly crafted for others. What do you think happened to Ambrose Bierce? Was his disappearance a deliberate act, a final escape from the world he so often critiqued? Or was it a tragic accident, a victim of the chaotic times he lived in? To embrace the mystery he so brilliantly crafted for others. What do you think happened to Ambrose Bierce? Share your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Oblivion Unlocked for more explorations into the mysteries that lie beyond the veil. As we delve deeper into the unknown, we are reminded that some questions may never be answered, and perhaps that is the true essence of mystery. Share your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Oblivion Unlocked for more explorations into the mysteries that lie beyond the veil. Join us as we continue to uncover the secrets of the past, the enigmas of the present, and the mysteries that await us in the future. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking the truth that lies just beyond the veil.